Hello, I'm going to go through again looking at the BPPI and the 10-year website slice of prices from the UK pharmaceutical market. Today I'm going to specifically look at reimbursement prices and how to get those out. So let's start by logging in. Again, it uses the same details, login names and passwords as Wavedata's other websites. And the first thing we need to do before we do anything else is to change cube. So we've got 3 cubes down at the bottom here, and they all are basically very large lumps of data. So the one that's selected at the moment just says tariff data is not currently included. That means we're looking at the discounted prices that we've picked up in the market from chemists and dispensing doctors. To look at reimbursement data, we've got to jump over to where it says show only tariff data. So let's click on that, and we then find ourselves in there. So I'm going to select record count. And the reason for that is that we've got 3 types of reimbursement data in here, and we need to avoid getting them mixed up. So if I click price list name, that then breaks it down. So it's actually more than 3. So what we need to do is to look specifically at the drug tariff, the top one. So let's use the little drop down in the against price list name here. And we will take the ticks out and use the selection and find drug tariff and just tick drug tariff, and that will simplify that, so we know then what we're looking at. So we're not going to get mixed up with NCSO prices, which are also in here against generic product names. So let's drag that up there. We could do those, but we'd probably have to do that separately. Now we need to add the product names, so we've got the list, so we used product name short, and once the data has appeared, all the numbers should be 1s, which basically means you've only got one price against each product. So if you use the slider at the bottom to double check that, yes, we've got some with 2 in them. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're picking up some data for some products with more than one country, so we might be picking up English and Scottish drug tariffs. So let's simplify that. So we use the drop down against the country, and we will choose English, just England, and do that, and we should be narrowing in and getting 1s instead of 2s. So once that appeared, we need to drag the country into the filter area. Again, up there. If those red boxes don't appear and you can't do it, the fix is in the first of the videos, which talks about analysing generic price trends. So once that's fixed, we then should find 1s against all the product data, going right through, hopefully all the way through. There we go. And we've got a few blanks at the end for some reason. Now let's filter in on a particular product. So I'm going to look at the valsartans, I think. So let's look at valsartan tablets. So put the ticks in here and then apply that. So we've still got 1s there. Let's see if it's actually populated the final few cells. Yes, it has. So what we can now do is to get rid of the record count, now that we know what we're dealing with, and go up to where it says other fields and select price, and that will actually put the reimbursement prices in there. That basically means we're not getting mixed up between the different drug tariffs, the different reimbursement prices, and ending up with an average of 2 or 3 of them. So there we have the data we need. So the next point to do is to actually say we might need to drop it into Excel. So here we go. And it allows you to open a slice of data in Excel format. And one thing that's worth knowing is that if you want to copy it out into another spreadsheet, I'll just copy it to the same spreadsheet, it's probably worth doing it as values. And then to actually put it into graphs and things like that, you have to overtype the dates and drag them through, and that makes it easier to chart later on. And you've got a blank line at the top, so that can be done away with. And because the cells come through as text, you might want to use this little function, change this number to convert to number. There we go. So you can do that for all the data, and then they will appear in graphs. And of course you don't need the total because that's just adding them up. So just delete that, and then you can actually put the data into a chart if you so wish. I hope that was useful. Thanks for your time. Thanks for listening.